like you're blocked because of a paper wall that you put up. They're screaming to change when they come to me. It has nothing to do with me. I've been specializing in breakthroughs. And breakthroughs, that could be in money, it could be in health, it could be in relationships, it could be in anything. I'm looking for breakthroughs as in people completely shifting their identity, completely shifting their reality, because that's what I think is fun. I love when people get like a big change, something that they wanted to do for a long time, a big desire, a big mission, a big goal, and just shifting that really fast. I love doing it, and I understand that change does not happen in a year. It doesn't happen in 2 years. It happens in an instant. It happens in a moment. And I want to be part of that moment. So that's why I call it breakthroughs. I call it breakthrough sessions, and that's what I specialize in.
So it's literally like, if we're looking at things, I know you look at things from a mindset point of view and an energetic point of view. I know you bring energetics into your sessions, and we can speak into that. But it sounds like you're creating a space for someone to literally have a quantum leap in their reality.
Yeah, exactly. Like a big change, a complete shift.
So how are you different from a mindset coach? So I'm just curious, what would a session look like with you, and how is that different from just going to a business coach or a mindset coach?
Yeah. I like to say it's like, if you work with a therapist, you talk about the past. If you work with a coach, you talk about the future. I'm just here for the present moment. I'm here for your now, because you feel like I'm ready. Like I am ready for that next step, for that next big leap in your life. Whether that is you, okay, I want to make more money, which is maybe that's just you increasing your prices, and you're scared of increasing your prices because you don't feel like you're good enough. So, and that could be in anything. I now work with singers. I work with people wanting to launch their personal brands. I've worked with people who have been holding an insane amount of self-judgment for a long period of time. And I'm just there to facilitate the change. And they're already ready. They're screaming to change when they come to me. They're already ready to change. I'm just there. I'm giving them the permission slip to do so.
So what does a session with you look like? If I was, well, I mean, I've experienced a breakthrough session with you.
But how do you experience it? How does it feel?
So I feel the way that you hold space is really unique, because you actually do hold space. This is what I experience with quite a lot of space holders. They're not actually holding space for the client. They're thinking about the next thing to ask or say, or create authority, or try and fix the client. But whenever I've been held in like a session, or we deep dive into something where I'm having my own internal blocks around the next step, you hold incredible space and you ask the best questions. And your channel is so, I'm speaking more from like energetics because that's the world I'm in, but you're just so connected that the questions that you ask are like the perfect question to get to the root cause of what that limiting belief is around the transformation. So you already know the answer for the client, but you take them on a journey to find the answer themselves, and that's where the true transformation actually happens.
Exactly. Because it's not about me understanding their problem. It's about them understanding their problem. So if you're a client, just like the way you describe it, it has nothing to do with me. It has everything for them to explore it themselves, so they can look at this. I call them paper walls. And I love to call them paper walls because most of the time you're blocked because of a paper wall that you put up. And that paper wall might say, I'm not good enough. And if you really look at that wall and you say, okay, but why is that really true? And if it wasn't true, what would be the actual truth? It's like, yeah, maybe you are good enough because of this, because of what you've done, because what you experienced. And I call them paper walls because once you find the walls and you look at the walls, you can just like push them down and they will fall. And then it's really fun because in the breakthrough sessions, they always like arrives to a state of confusion. And I will ask them, how does it feel? And they're like, I don't know. And I ask, is that real? And they say, no, that's not real. No, I don't believe in that. That's not even true. And then this state of confusion comes and that's when I realize it's okay, the breakthrough has happened. Because now they understand that the reality that they thought was the truth is actually a paper wall that they built up. And most of the time, it's not them that actually built them up, but it's their parents, it's a society, it's news, it's marketing. We're just in a constant state of hypnosis all the time. People tell you what you should do, what you should think, how you should act, and this is just programming. And that's what I do. It's just I go into that programming and I shift it completely. And the way I think about it from my perspective, it's just that, okay, you want to get to here and you are here. But in reality, I know there's no distance between you and your goal. The only thing that's in between you and your goal are these stories, those fears in between them. So if I just take these fears away one by one, these just come closer. And that's why I always ask them at the end of the session is like, how do you feel when you think about getting to that next stage, that next goal? And they always say, oh, it feels easy. And that's because it is. Because think about it like this. You have a desire. Let's say, okay, I want an ice cream right now. And you know you can get an ice cream. When you think about that goal, I know it sounds small, but you know you can get an ice cream and you know you can have it in your hand. It's the same thing. It works with everything. You have just created your goal and it feels big. And the only reason why it feels big is because your fears are making it big. So in reality, every goal is like getting an ice cream. But if you don't believe that you can reach this goal, which is because of your fear that I break down in these sessions with you, like when those are breaking down, it's as easy as getting an ice cream. You're just going to walk to it. It's going to be so easy to get this ice cream or your
I
goal. I don't know if an ice cream is the best way to do it.
I love this analogy so much because I can feel the goals that I have in life, and I'm like, whoa, some of those, it feels like, yeah, balls of energy, the fear. Some of those fears feel so massive, and it's creating this resistance to the goal being made manifest. But I can feel, through a session with you, or literally through a session with you, if we can just remove those things, then yeah, it feels easy.
Yeah, because think about those goals. I worked with a singer recently, and her goal was to stand on stage and sing. And if you really think about it, what is she actually doing? She's singing, which she's doing all the time, and she's standing on a platform. That's like what she's actually doing. Then the fear is around, how are they going to perceive me? Am I going to be good enough? Am I going to sing bad today? But once those fears are gone and you see it from a powerful state, then it's literally just singing on top of a platform. And it's so simple. Just like any goal that you have, if you have something big, it's just these steps, the actual physical thing is easy thing to do all the time.